Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are excited to take you in the world of content creation, and we have got the perfect tool for enlightening it in the form of OBS Studio. Now, before we move on into the topic, let's have a brief idea about what this tool is about and what's you're going to get it. Believe it or not, at the end of this vlog, you will get a very good tool that you have never used or you might have tried but you have never understood, and you will get a perfect combination of concepts versus reality of how this tool can be a beneficial in your journey of content creation. So stay tuned and check the video till the end. Let's move on. If you're into streaming or content creation or any kind of video making where you want to add a tinge of spices to your video in the form of making it more vibrant, more attractive, and more content friendly so that people can watch and have fun with your videos, this is going to be one of the tool that you should always explore and you should always keep it handy in your system. Whether it's a laptop, whether it is any kind of thing, you should keep it so that it's easier and more robust and friendly for yourself to use it. Now, what's the power for this tool? This tool is beginner friendly, which means anybody who has got zero experience in terms of setting up a broadcast or doing anything, even then can do that one because you have a lot more advanced. So from simple interface, you can go all the way complicating. You can put multiple mics, multiple systems, you can have multiple streaming connectivity, everything. But it gives you that power of controlling what you want to show and how you want to show, where you want to show, and how much you want to show to the world. That gives you the flexibility and the understanding of making use of the powerful software. So such kind of softwares, if you go and look out in the market, it will cost you a lot of money, and that will eventually lead you to a lot of burning. But in the initial, when you are targeting something and when you are making something, you should always make it more robust, more reliable, available, all kinds of tool that you should use, because you are in a journey of creating something. Let's move on to the next thing. First thing first, what is OBS Studio? And to understand that, let us tell you, OBS, or the name stands for Open Broadcaster Software, is a free and open source application that lets you capture, record, and stream your content with ease. Whether you are a gamer, blogger, a creative enthusiast who wants to showcase your screens, you just want to broadcast something, but you need a tool, you need a setup. Now, how do you do that? You cannot buy expensive gears, you cannot buy expensive equipments, you cannot buy expensive stuffs that can be utilized everywhere because you don't have that much money. And because you're staying in a house, you cannot set up a whole big studio and you can do that. So your laptop becomes your studio, and OBS becomes a way to broadcast the content to tell to the world. So if you have like say 4 5 videos or small videos, and you say you just want to play like a broadcaster, like how you they do the broadcast, like push and change, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. Let's say you have a music track, you have a screensaver, you have put a content, you have kept everything ready. In between that, you have a message that you want to give. You can set up a whole production stream, put an intro. Okay, 3 2 1, intro goes in, and then opener comes in and everything, and then switch to the next content, introduce the topic and everything, and then boom, coming back and going to the next screen and then doing that. So you can play around all like a real broadcaster. Instead of doing stream, you want to say, okay, I want to go live, but I want to switch the stream and I want to keep switching between that. You can do that. Basically, in a studio mode, you have camera, you have multiple screens and all, and you hit on go live, and then you say stream is beginning, broadcast begins, and then you have an intro, nice intro opens up, and then comes the next video, then comes the next video, then comes the next video. And this you can do in a recorded form, also in a real life form also. That also I'll show you how we can set up that one, and then how we can push that one content we will do once, that coming up in the next video. Now, this power pack tool gives you the flexibility of doing everything at your disposition, but making it more robust and more user friendly. Now, in today's video, we will be walking through the basics of OBS Studio, from setting up your scenes and sources to adjusting audio levels. But just to cut here, we'll be taking this into a second part. Why? Because the second part will tell you eventually what are the setups. So this basically part of is like it's coming in the setup. So I will take it into two part of it. This part will be part one, and the part two will be about setting up the scenes and sources, and then adjusting the audio level and adding overlay, whether you are a total beginner or just looking to level up, it has to be. Then we will be going into the scenes and setting up. It's not this the complication part or anything, but making sure that this part, so you will have to have two kinds of things. One is a scene, and then you will have to set up what is that it is going to do for that scene. So let's say that scene is going to be an intro, so I will have a scene one and I will name it as intro, and when I open that one, it has a source, a scene as a source, what it is playing. So I can have a clip, I can have a music, I can have a text overlay, I can have anything. So I can put anything and everything into that scene, and that scene will work out for me. So I can start a text overlay over it, I can put anything over it just to highlight the name or anything. So once the scene goes, the text overlay also goes with it. So remember that these tools are very friendly and very useful. So uh, whether you are a seasoned content creator or whether you are a passionate content creator, it does not matter how long it can go and how long it should be, but something that is more friendly, something that is less friendly is going to be a matter of fact. And as a matter of fact, you need to understand that these kind of tutorials, tips, tricks will always help you gain confidence in doing that. So you're a streamer, you don't want to show your face, you're a blogger, you don't want to show your face but still want to do the content, you can do that by just putting some random picture and then putting your voice and then getting it out, all that. But having a connect is always a necessity. So with that, we are closing up the blog, and I hope this introduction to OBS Studio has given you some perspective. This will be a three-part series whereby in the next part we will go about the OBS Studio website to understand that one, and or maybe like the third part will be like visiting the website and understanding what it can do and it cannot. In the next part, maybe we will go through the scene and source setup and understand how this setups works and just giving introduction to the blogs. So this is going to be a series on OBS Studio. So that will give you every flexible bit of parts for the information. So OBS Studio, now you understood what is OBS Studio. In the next part, you will understand the introduction to OBS Studio, which is like you can go to the introduction through the tool and can see what are the options that is available, and how you can set up a scene and source. A scene, what is a scene and what is a source and what are the sources available, everything will get explored. So a tour of OBS Studio and then basic scene setup, and then we can move on to different levels and configure and all. So this will be, if I'm not wrong, will be about a 5-part series, so we'll have 5 episodes every day. So let's see how it works, and we shall be back into the game again. So until then, it's Siddharth signing off. Tada, bye bye.